Dillian Whyte has been struggling to find opponents lately. He had several changes of opponents for his last scheduled contest, which was on the undercard of Anthony Joshua versus Dominic Breazeale. And he is set to fight again on the 30th of this month. And he is once again in need of an opponent. We don't yet know who he's going to be facing. He said he would like to fight Dave Allen. Dave Allen is not eligible currently to fight for the vacant British heavyweight title, but Dillian Whyte said he's willing to face Allen on the 30th of this month without the British title, the vacant British title being on the line. But according to Dave Allen's manager, Steffi Bull, who was at the press conference for this show that Dillian Whyte's going to be on, basically Dave Allen won't be able to take the fight because he don't have enough time to prepare. That seems to be the gist of what Steffi Bull was saying. So with Dave Allen out of the running, who can they get in to face Dillian Whyte on July 30th? Well, one opponent, and so far it is only one, who has raised his head up and said that he'd be willing to fight Dillian Whyte, is Antonio Tarver, the former light heavyweight world champion, the first guy to knock out Roy Jones Jr. Now, Dillian Whyte was a little frustrated with his last performance. He fought a guy who normally campaigns at cruiserweight and who fought very negatively, and because of that, he struggled to look good because the guy wouldn't engage. Also, I think Dillian was trying a bit too hard in the fight, and when you're trying too hard to look for the KO, it usually don't come easily. You have to let your shots flow and just box your way into a fight. With that being said, Antonio Tarver would be, in my opinion, a bad choice of opponent for Dillian Whyte if he's hoping for somebody that's actually going to engage and make for an exciting spectacle. If he's hoping for somebody that he'll be able to knock out, Antonio Tarver's not the guy that he needs to pick as an opponent. Tarver is a southpaw. He's a counterpuncher. He is extremely negative. He's defensively very good. He's an old man, obviously. He's in his, mid-40s now. So he's going to be looking to go in there against Dillian Whyte and just old man him out of the fight. He's not going to engage in any type of shootout. He's just going to box, throw very few punches, as he does in most of his fights, and look to counter with his big left hand. That's it. That is going to be a fight which Dillian Whyte could win, yes. But I think he will struggle very badly to look good in the fight. Even if he wins, I think it's a fight that will come out of feeling frustrated. And I think the fans will also feel frustrated. Dillian Whyte has said on Sky Sports that he's willing to take the fight. He said Antonio Tarver should call Eddie Hearn. I know Dillian Whyte is a very macho character. He's a fearless character. He's somebody who literally fights just about anybody. But if I was his promoter anyway, if I was Eddie Hearn, I wouldn't be looking to match Dillian Whyte with Antonio Tarver. I wouldn't be doing that. As I say, I think Whyte will end up being frustrated, and I think the fans will end up being frustrated. I'd be looking to match him with somebody else. Somebody maybe a bit more aggressive, somebody who's going to engage. But again, kudos to Dillian Whyte for taking whatever's on the table and being willing to fight whoever. You can't argue with a fighter that backs down from no challenge from a fan's perspective. So let me know what you think about this, people. Do you think it's a good idea for Dillian Whyte to be fighting Antonio Tarver? The fight isn't signed or anything. It's being discussed at the moment. Do you think that's a good fight for Dillian Whyte to take on short notice? Obviously, Tarver, who is coming off a drugs ban. I believe he was banned for like a year for steroids or whatever it was. And like I say, he's 45 or whatever age he is. He's looking for any opportunity. So he'll jump at the chance to take on one of the better known heavyweights in British boxing, if not world boxing, in Dillian Whyte. I don't know how much money he's going to want. He's obviously got money issues behind the scenes. Antonio Tarver, I believe, with his ex-wife. taking him to court and taking him to the cleaners financially, apparently. Correct me if I'm wrong about that, but I believe that has been going on. So, yeah, Antonio Tarver's got every reason to want to take this fight. Is it the right move for Dillian Whyte, though? That's the question I'm posing to you guys. Let me know what you think about it. And if it's not the right fight for Dillian Whyte, who do you think they could get in for him? They were recently talking to Nagy Aguilera as an opponent for Dillian Whyte on July 30th. Nagy Aguilera wanted $100,000 for the fight. Given the fact that Nagy Aguilera is a journeyman, that's a hell of a lot of money. $100,000 to come and be an opponent for Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte is not a world champion. And the guy's asking for $100,000. Yeah, that's not chicken change. So Nagy Aguilera is out of the question. Who could they get in? Because remember, Dillian Whyte is not a pay-per-view fighter. Yes, he's gained a lot of fans in the UK since that Joshua fight. Okay, because of the bravery that he showed in the Joshua fight and the fact that he was able to actually give Joshua a real tussle and hurt him. So that and his straight talking persona has gained him a lot of fans in the UK. But internationally, Dillian Whyte is not a big name. Okay? So it's unreasonable to expect to get ridiculous purses if you're going to go, you're going to fight him. So, yeah, we'll see if there are any opponents out there who can be reasonable and realistic in terms of the money they expect to get for fighting Dillian. Who do you think would be a decent opponent for him? Who do you think would be somebody that wouldn't ask for the world in terms of money and would present a decent matchup for Dillian stylistically? Drop your comments in the comment section below. And by the way, if this fight does go ahead, Dillian Whyte against Antonio Tarver, who do you think is going to win? There are going to be some people, I'm telling you, picking Antonio Tarver to pull off the upset against Dillian Whyte. And I think it's reasonable for people to say that. Given Tarver's experience, given how wily and crafty and negative he is, given what a good counterpuncher he is, and how, sloppy Dillian has looked in his last fight, I think it's reasonable for people to think that Tarver's got a decent chance of, pulling off an upset against Dillian Whyte. I'm not sure I would pick Tarver, but I could see why other people may do. So let me know how you feel in the comment section below, people. All right, it's your boy Hatman, I'm out.